I mean, I can pay now, but.
She's repositing.
Ladies and gentlemen. Guys, can we make football plays outside? This is the beginning of something very special. Welcome everybody, the people that are here. Welcome over here. At one point, some lucky couple here tonight, and this is no bullshit. Some lucky couple is going to be allowed to come up on stage, and while the show is going on, fulfill a fantasy and make me love. And I think we're going to go with this couple because it's the only boy and girl here. Congratulations to both of you. We'll do that in a couple minutes, but right now I think it's time we get this podcast underway, and let's welcome the cast of the Ding Dong Show. Oh, first of all, if you would, say hello to, she is a lady from a different place. If you would, say hello to Kortney Mollè. This girl hails from a place far, far from here. A place called Tokyo, Japan. If you would, give it up for Aiko, Tanaka! Coming up next, this guy is a model. He is an actor. You've seen in movies like, what the fuck is the name of the show? Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie as well. He is an agent. He is a manager. He is the great Tennessee Ernie Tuxedo. To have a real show, you have to have a schizophrenic. And if you have a schizophrenic, you might as well make him a surfer. Say hi to the schizophrenic surfer. Quite possibly the gayest human being on the planet, if you would. Give a very nice hand for Ricky Luna. And last but not least, she is a pro model. She is a producer of the Big Three podcast, as well as the Ding Dong Show. Give a nice hand for funny lady Mary Jane, everyone. Welcome to the Ding Dong Show. All right. Now, how many people have never even heard of this thing that you're about to see? Applaud if you've never heard what the fuck is going on. Yeah. A lot of you will probably be gone within minutes, but that's fine. Don't feel that you have to stay. This is a show from a different place, and what we have is a reality show. But this is a show that started over 20 years ago, and from that came the movie Windy City Heat. I remember what the fuck that is. The Ding Dong movie that was never put out, but one day will. But we've got a cast here and a cast in heaven. Last week, just to get things out of the way, just to pick up where we were last week, Ricky Luna was staying with Kortney, and the whole thing turned into a big brouhaha. One night they got into a fight because he came home at 5 in the morning. Eventually, she beat the fuck out of him. And so we had a little talk last week. How are things going right now? Kortney?
They're fine.
Are you living together again?
No.
Will that never happen again?
Probably not.
Ricky. Ricky's going to need a mic, Tennessee, so please don't steal the mic from
No,
him.
yeah, everything's good.
Yeah?
I'm not staying there.
Are you living somewhere else now?
Yeah, I'm living in this great place in East Hollywood. It's pretty fantastic.
Explain it just so the people that gave one fuck about last week's show will be able to figure out where you've landed.
There's this place in East Hollywood near the City College, and it's like $400 a month, and you can sleep on a bunk bed with like 17 other guys. And
you must be in heaven.
It's kind of fun, you know. If it were a sexual thing, that would probably be even better. But there are no women there, so I guess that's a positive. No offense to Mary Jane, you're wonderful. Love you very much. Give her a round of applause. She's wonderful, Mary Jane. And Aiko too.
I could see you being maybe a little upset. Kortney, what about poor Aiko? Why does everybody forget Aiko?
I don't know. I'm small.
You know what? But what people don't know, and I never really knew this, you were in one of the Fast and Furious movies.
I was, yeah.
And what one was that? Just so people...
Tokyo Drift.
Huh. And you're from Tokyo, Japan. See how easy that worked? Well, but in that role, you were telling us one point, you didn't do a Cracker Jack job, so to speak.
I just had a one line and I fucked it up.
To the point where they had to do a voiceover for it and have someone else's voice and you were lip syncing.
Yeah, it was. I supposed to say ready, set, go.
Well, that's a real tough line. Probably never heard it before. Well, anyway, so that's so you know, a little bone that I'm going to pick before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show is the schizophrenic surfer. Now, Schizo, do you know why I'm upset with you? First of all.
Probably about my about the computer.
Right. Because for over a year and a half, going on 2 years now, we've tried to get this guy to get on Facebook, to put up a message. Is that hard? Anybody ever worked with Facebook before?
I have not.
One person.
Thank you.
By the way, you don't have to sit there like you're dead. Yes, Mary Jane.
In that time, I've been Schizo's phone technical support with the numerous different devices he keeps breaking and returning. And for the first show, I did 2 hours of tech support with him just to get one email sent from Hotmail, and he knew what it was because he hooked his own bank up to it.
Yeah.
Are any of these words that she's speaking true?
Yes, they are.
It
All
wasn't
right.
pleasant.
All right, well, how does this make you feel to know that you are the sole reason that nobody in this room knows who the fuck we are? Because if it wasn't for you fucking up so much, we would be as big as any show on Death Squad.
So,
By the way,
so I should take the brine.
I think so. And I think that tonight we should punish you in some way.
You punish me every single show.
That's not true. What did I do last week to you?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What did we say about talking into the mic?
I don't remember.
Because nothing happened. And you go for the pity of these people, just like a friend of mine,
I
Brody
want to
Stevens.
do. I really, really, really want to do the very best job I can for the show.
I appreciate somebody. Yes, Mary Jane.
Then why can't he tweet with his phone?
I got rid of that phone. I got another phone.
All right, we're going to leave up to an audience of people that don't know you from Adam. I am saying this. It is because of him, you don't know who this show is. He is holding us back. How many people think that tonight we punish him by a round of applause? All right? Who thinks we should give him an extra chance? Okay, if you can't hear it on the podcast, no one, not a person, applauded. So I'm not the only one that feels bad. Let me ask you this. Just who would you rather have as a roommate? I'm asking Kortney. Ricky or Schizo?
Ricky.
Even though you hate Ricky and
I don't hate Ricky at all.
he will never be allowed back in your place again.
Not under our last circumstances, no.
Okay, so do you hear this, Schizo?
I don't know why everybody's down on my case. You know, I have a mental disability. Maybe that's why I'm having so much trouble with the computer. Maybe the computers in this world don't like me.
You think it's the computer's
I think
fault?
it is.
You really believe it's the computer's
I
fault?
think there's a ghost in the fucking machine.
Okay. There may be a real possibility that happened. I would like to ask Tennessee. By the way, he's an agent, he's a singer, he's a dancer, he's a mom.
And what has he done for me?
Who?
Tennessee is my agent.
Is he? So you're saying you're happy with your agent?
Supposedly he's been my agent for a couple of years now. And what has he done for me?
I don't know. What has he done?
Zero zilcho.
Maybe it's time we should get another manager.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, the point is, Tennessee,
Yeah,
do you think he is holding back the show?
definitely.
Am I picking on him?
No. You're saving his life
Why do you say that?
because he's fixing to pass out on drugs.
I'm not taking drugs.
What I want to know now, you said last week you quit smoking. How many
I quit smoking. I'm on my ninth day without a cigarette.
Oh, that deserves What are you waving at?
I'm trying to get more applause because when he smokes, he's going to bomb us out.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm never going to smoke again.
You think not?
I think not.
Great.
What if I gave you a cigarette right now? Or let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. All right, I'll give you. Okay. Here's what we got. All right, you have a choice. You can put one of these things in your mouth. All right, you make the decision. A cigarette or Ricky Luna's penis.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying make a choice if you had to do one right now.
I don't have to do either one.
You got a good point. And you know what? I respect that. All right. So that's good. So you passed your first test. And by the way, if for those of you that don't know,
I really didn't appreciate the contest where everybody found me to be the gayest guy. I love it. I truly, my sexual orientation was with a lady.
I know that. Who said differently?
I don't know. Well, whoever,
All right, I don't know.
Whoever thought differently was totally wrong.
Yeah, Mary Jane,
I don't know where they got the information.
I don't know where you got the information. I haven't heard of that at all. Mary Jane, you seem to have a...
It was during the Aiko Tanaka show within the last 6 months. He did win.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Everybody voted me to be the gayest guy, and I didn't appreciate it.
Okay, I'm just saying. You know what? Sometimes people that are pretty boys, they get that reputation. Like Matt Damon. When he got in the business, he got it constantly. Oh, he's one of those. I would take it as a compliment. What are you going to say? You're standing there doing nothing.
Okay.
So it's more of a compliment than a put down. And this happened months ago, and you're bringing it up right now. We're talking about
I want to
professionalism.
figure out this goddamn computer and get it rolling and get it out of the way.
Well, it's been almost 2 years, so we're kind of waiting for you.
I brought the computer in tonight.
Oh, and so now Mary Jane has to spend her free time trying to help you out.
Well, then, what else can I do? So
All right, I
take it
sit
home
here.
and spend my money having the guy at home trying to help me.
I don't give
He's
a
kind of an
fuck.
asshole too.
How many people think a computer is that difficult? You go, you do this thing, you do that thing, it will turn on. You need to type this thing in, this bar, it will go to the page you need. It always is the same. There's no ghost in your machines. Now I will say this, a man who's sitting right beside you, Tennessee Ernie Tuxedo, for those of you that don't know, is an amazing power, a gift, I would say. Tell them the main power you have.
I have the power to control the weather.
Right. So this is a real life thing. So when it rains, it says fall. But you've had ghosts around you. You've seen ghosts recently.
Right, they're attacking my iPhone right now. On the way up here, I was practicing my song that I was going to sing.
Right.
And you could hear them in the background, a little hum. Sounded like maybe a couple of thousand voices at once.
So what you're saying is this. When you were listening to a song, in the background you heard a slight hum.
Right, I picked that up when I was doing that ghost contract downtown by the Staples Center.
You know what? It's interesting. I forgot to talk about this last week. You went somewhere and they paid you one weekend to take drugs or something to see how you were and your responses to those drugs.
Right.
Okay, what was the drug? How long did you have to stay there, first of all?
3 days.
All right, so that, and what did they put you on?
They put me on nothing. That's part of it. Some of it is called,
Placebo.
yeah, it's called placebo
Wait a minute.
drug.
How the fuck did you know that? Have you had these tests on you?
No, I've heard about him now.
Why? An easy way to pick up some loose change
Yeah.
once in a while?
I've heard about it.
Cool. All right, back to your story, Tennessee.
All right, so I was doing this ghost contract. I was in the top of the building inside this refrigerator, and I was trying to find a quiet space to call, and all of a sudden they attacked the iPhone then, and it's been going on for the last, that was about a month and a half ago, right? But they don't always have the power to penetrate, just at certain times. But today, when I was coming up, man, they were on that line when it was in my ear.
Yeah, with the hump.
You could hear about 1,000 of them at least.
You know, I went along with the weather thing for a long time. I'm having a hard time with this one, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'll let you hear it sometime. I'm pretty sure it's around my iPhone on and off at different times.
Looking forward to that. Now, one of the things that we saw in a lot of people that got in touch with us about this show, you know what? I'm looking over there and I hear people talk and I'm thinking, oh, I bet you it's people that have never been here before and they don't give a shit. Nope, it's Jared Barron Lane. Thanks a lot for interrupting again. By the way, as I was saying, I got a lot of emails and a lot of people text me and they said they want to hear more from Aiko and Mary Jane. So is there any stories that you guys have today that you might like to share with us? Or your opinion. I mean, what do you think of Tennessee and the ghost in his machine and the ghost in the schizophrenic surfer's machine?
Schizo's machine? Bullshit. He returned a perfectly good computer because things kept popping up, Windows kept popping up.
We're trying to get... Ladies and gentlemen, better late than never. Say hello to Titiana, everybody. Hello, Titiana. Now, Titiana is a... How would you describe yourself, first of all, Titiana?
Hold up, don't you just ask my opinion? You skipped me again.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I don't know what you're going to have to say, but maybe we move on. No, I would like to hear. What were you going to say?
I don't really have opinion, but
That was good that I skipped you then in a way.
you know, December is a really memorable month.
Well, this December?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of Pearl Harbor.
You're going to talk about that.
I think it's a history moment.
I think you're racist. See, for me, there's one race, the human race, and I say that all the time, and I'm a little
She's a
bummed out.
spy. She's gonna bomb us again.
Well, the only way to tell for sure is by grabbing her ears. Okay, what's the matter? You've got to talk while I'm grabbing your ears into the mic. Everything's safe.
The mic then.
Why did you touch my face?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch your face. Just your ears.
Okay, well anyway, Titiana, where were you tonight?
Hi, I'm sorry. I thought we were starting at 10:30 like usual.
Oh, what's the matter?
I got a tickle in my throat.
Okay, well then you get yourself together and we'll do this. Now, if for those that don't know, what we do is we always have an opening to the show, we find out what's going on here, and then we put on a live show. But with the grace of the powerful Death Squad, we are going to be a regular show and they're going to tape these all the time. And we're going to do some other things. We're going to have a Ding Dong Idol show where everyone here is singing. And what we will do is we will rehearse that after we get off the air here. So if you like good music, you should come down here. All right, but let's see. By the way, so you guys have got to jump in. If you ever have an opinion on anything, jump in. By the way, there's Redman who gave us this opportunity. Give a nice hand for taking the cigarettes back. Okay, so Titiana, who is a very wonderful singer. You sing, but you've got quite a history to you.
Actually, I have a confession to make.
What's that?
Titiana is not a real person. Titiana is a character that I play. And most of the things that I've said on this show have not, in fact, been true.
So you're not in porn movies?
No, no way. I've never done a porn. And if any of you have looked up the titles of the porn films that I named, you probably already knew that.
I know, I Googled it.
You Googled it? Did you really?
We all,
What'd you find out?
nothing show up.
So there's no movie. What were some of the movie titles you had?
Sluts from Mars. Tunnel sluts.
They sound like legitimate porn films. So,
Thank you.
so what is your real story then?
It's not very exciting. I was born and raised in Culver City and went to school there and graduated from UCLA. I'm an actress, and I hope to have a big career on the stage and screen.
Now, you've never lied about your past, have you, Aiko?
No, I haven't.
When was your birthday?
December?
What was the date?
13.
Oh, happy birthday, Aiko Tanaka.
Don,
Yes.
can I go get my iPhone? I want to check it out, see if the ghosts are still on there.
Well, I don't know. We'll let the audience decide. You've been golden since you've been here. Do we want? Where is your iPhone? Just out of
It's
curiosity.
right in the back. The last time I listened to it, they were on it very strong. I could hear them. I was on the way up there on the bus.
Well, I think I'd be a real asshole if I didn't let them do that. You want to hear the ghosts? By the way, how many people were forced here at gunpoint by a round of applause? Maybe some kind of enthusiasm on anything would ask the direct question. It's not that hard. It's getting a little fucked up. Go get your thing, Tennessee. We're going to find out about the ghost in his iPhone. Now, it is an iPhone, correct?
Brand new one.
Which one? The 5?
I guess. I got it just a few months ago.
All right, does anybody know anything about the iPhone?
Yeah.
I have the 5, but I mean, can you tell me
Well,
more?
Lainey's an expert, she said.
Jerry's stuff. Let's see if it's the same.
It may be the 4 though.
So you bought it used, more or less.
No, I bought it brand new.
All right, let's hurry back here. I want to hear if anything's going on there.
4S.
4S?
4S or 4?
All right, grab a seat here. Take your time. Put your feet, maybe get a shoe shine or something like that while we're waiting here.
You got
He's untangling the cord.
Well, what I need is this. While we're doing this, is there anybody that would like to say something? Pipe up. Tell us something. I see Ricky over here staring at Kortney like with just hate in his fucking eyes.
No, not at all.
I see Schizo just sitting there with his mouth open.
Well, I might be going surfing soon.
That's what you have to bring up.
My friend met a guy at the...
I'm going to ask you one motherfucking time, and if you don't listen this time, put the motherfucking mic by your fucking mouth. We've been going over this for 3 months. When you're talking to a mic, talk into the mic.
Okay.
Now get back to this interesting surf story.
Well, I met a guy at the house. A new guy just checked in, and we started talking, and he says he has a Jeep Cherokee, and we're going to go to Zuma Beach, and we're going to get in the water, and we're going to do some surfing.
If people are still tuned in after that fucking boring story, I would be amazed. That's what you had to say about the entire thing? How many people don't give a fuck about the surfing trip? Even Laney.
But I really want to get into the computer and get this old computer thing wired. You know, I really want to get it.
Okay, well here's what we've got to do is this. I asked you to do a new song because we are going to do a thing called the Ding Dong Idol that will be, hopefully it will be streamed live so people can actually vote on it. And what I want you to do, you've been singing the Doors Roadhouse Blues forever.
Yeah.
And I picked a new song. What was the name of the song that I picked for you to
You
sing?
picked Neil Diamond, America.
Yeah, and I think that would be an unbelievably perfect song.
Perfect.
Do you know any of the words?
No, I got together with my friend, and he picked it out, and he got it on the picture.
Do you know it? Could you sing it if we played it right now? Could you sing it if you played it right now?
I don't know.
I'm going to break your fingers if you don't hold the mic near your fucking mouth.
I don't know.
Okay, well I'm going to give you a chance to see what you've done. I gave you a week. I said, listen, I want you to be prepared. I want you to know the song America. Now I'm going to play it right now. You're going to sing along with Neil, so if you hear the song... Great. Okay, it'll just be a second. Aiko, do those... You know, all right, in the meantime, do this for me. I almost said you do something. I am sorry. Do one presidential impersonation.
Vice President?
No, we're going to go with president so people have a better idea of what the fuck you're doing. One presidential impersonation.
Vice President? Speaker? Senator? House of Representatives? Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, was a date that will stand in infamy.
Okay, a couple points right there. It sounded exactly like your voice. And if you're going to do an impersonation that sounds exactly like you do, you might want to try to remember the dialogue. I think he didn't stutter as much going through that. It would have made the country feel a little unsafe at the time. All right, we couldn't find the song. So, Tennessee?
Yeah, the ghosts are scared off.
You're not in the phone. So an official thing, the ghosts are not in his camera right now. That is so great. All right, I want you to sing a little America.
I couldn't hear
Far, we've been traveling.
Far, we've been traveling so far. America.
Okay, you skipped a lot of words. You added the same line a couple times. So no, I'm not going to accept that. You've had a week to do this. You have no respect for this. What do you do in your free time? You don't have a fucking job. All you have is time.
I tried to get on YouTube and it kept on coming up with this Hobbit thing.
That's a commercial! That's a commercial! Watch it!
Just a commercial. You watch the commercial.
I talked to him on the phone twice about
Okay.
this. Twice.
The commercial's
I left a message.
the commercial's 30 seconds long.
I told him to watch
Even if you miss the skip ad button right there, you go 30 seconds and it's going to come on.
it. He wouldn't have found the skip ad button. I told him just to sit and watch it. 3 times.
Let me tell you this. 5th graders understand this. They could do it in a second. How does that make you feel? Mike by the mouth.
I feel pretty stupid.
I'm not trying to make you feel stupid. I'm not trying to do that. I think that you're not stupid. I think you're very fucking lazy. And you think that because of the fact you were a heavy drug user at one point, correct?
Yeah.
Name some of the drugs you've done.
Some Afghani hash, some opiated Buddha stick, some Colombian gold, some indica, some Peruvian flake, some magic mushrooms, some LSD, some peyote, some mescaline, some Mexican black tar, some blueberry, some Romulan, some HK.
Well, you could go for a long time. We'll put it that way. All right. So you've done a lot of drugs to the point where you lost all your teeth.
Yeah.
All right. So I just think that since all that has happened, you've become very lazy and you have everybody take care of you. And it's the same way when I spoke with your mother, Barbara, that's exactly what she said. She agreed with me. That's why she likes me. And she was the one that originally said, don't let him smoke any pot, don't let him drink at the show. And I've tried not to do that. But you can't even come in and I ask you to do one thing. Does anybody know this song by Neil Diamond, America? By a round of applause if you know it. Do you think you could have one line of it if you had a week to practice? Yeah, okay. Well, this is terrible.
I'll have it. I'll have it. I guarantee. I got it now. It's only.
You can't even remember to keep the mic close to your mouth.
It's only a commercial. Okay, it's only a commercial. I got it now. You know, I didn't know it was a commercial.
How dare you say that right now? I told you days ago.
All right. How about this? Would it be all right, instead of me talking to you and wasting the time on the air talking about your fuck-ups, how about every time you do a fuck-up, I come in, I say, hey, Schizo, you did this wrong. And then I punch Aiko in the stomach. Would that be fair? Yeah. Would you like that?
I wouldn't like that.
Okay, then pick up your gear. I'm going to kick you out of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's no longer part of the show. Get out, pack your bags, you're out of the show.
I'm out of the show?
Yes. You may.
Just give me one more week to get the American song. I'll have it by next week.
All right, I'm going to ask Tennessee his thoughts.
Please, Tennessee, don't kick me out.
What do you think?
Out the door.
I think if you're listening to this, you don't get the full effect of Tennessee. Tennessee, just for the audience that we have here, give them that look right before you kill them. There you go. All right. Yeah, it's a little different. Okay. All right, I made a decision. I'm going to have you move in with Kortney, and for 1 week, I'm going to have the two of you guys working on this song. Is that okay?
It's up to Kortney.
Kortney,
Yeah, totally.
you're going to let him stay at your place.
Sure.
Is he going to get a chance to sleep in Ricky's old closet that he slept in?
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a lock to the door.
Okay, so do you have any clothes tonight? We'll get you going right now. Put the mic by your fucking mouth.
Tonight, right now. After the show.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, then that's. By the way, don't think you're gonna have sex because Kortney isn't that
I'm
way.
not gonna-
That never crossed your mind, not even
No,
for 1 second.
Didn't even cross my mind.
Well, listen. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna start the show in a minute, and on tonight's show, you were gonna sing something with Tennessee, or are you guys gonna do something different? I'm talking to Tidiana.
We're doing Criminal.
Oh, that is a song and a half. If you haven't seen it or the video, you've got a lot to live for. Mary Jane, you know, we don't talk much to you because I don't know why. But is there anything you'd like to promote that you do?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, fuck it. Let's just move on. Aiko, anything from you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, you know, you could have, both of you could have talked about the horrific car accident that we were in the other night.
I was gonna say,
Well-
that was a segue.
Oh.
How are you feeling after the car accident?
See, that makes a lot of sense. I feel okay. For those of you who don't know, I probably... Does anyone know anything about cars at all? By round of applause. Okay. What I saw, I was at a stoplight on La Brea by Willoughby. And we were waiting there, and I looked in the rearview mirror and I saw a car that I knew was not going to stop. Aiko was in the back seat. I think she was high on heroin at the time. Were you?
I was.
Yeah, okay. And Mary Jane was in the front seat.
And I had no seatbelt on.
No seatbelt, and she was in between the two seats. Now, it was raining, but when I saw that happening, I just put on the gas and I tried going through the red light. But the car was going so fast it caught and smashed me a little bit. Now, I was told by people, if we would have been stable, or there would have been a car in front of us, we would have been pretty fucked up. Anybody with an answer?
I think that's right. Yeah.
So in a way, Aiko, I am a hero.
Okay.
I saved your life.
God bless you, man.
I do it for anybody in the room, though. I'm telling you the truth. I do it for anybody in the room.
Anybody?
Why? Who's here that I don't like?
Schizophrenic surfer?
I do it for Schizophrenic Surfer.
Thank you, Don.
There was a long delay right there. Why? Did you have to think about that?
No.
Let me ask you this. Let's say if to save my life, you needed to learn a song by Neil Diamond. Do you think you could do that?
Exactly.
Well, it's been real interesting talking. You know, Tidiana.
Yes.
Now, you've been singing all year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to push because we're going to get off the air right now?
Push?
Yeah, like, do you have any gigs, any Christmas gigs?
Yeah, I got one coming up. It's a house concert. I never danced for Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, that was one that was a little freaky. She had said that she had gave Rush Limbaugh a lap dance, and we all believed her. Did you look that up online?
No, not that one.
Okay, Kortney.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing stand-up for a couple weeks in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Really? Are you opening for somebody?
I have no idea.
Is there a club or are you just doing it on the
Yeah,
beach?
there's like 3 clubs or something, and then there's a few in Tampa.
How'd you get this booking?
I just called and bugged them a lot.
Good for you. Good
Yeah.
thinking. We got that Tennessee. What do you got coming up?
This is unbelievable, but Adam Ray, who's a A-list actor, he performs here. He's been with
Yes.
Sandra Bullock. He wrote this half-hour comedy, and the name of it is Tennessee. He emailed it to me, and I looked at it. I started reading it, and half of it is definitely about me, and he's given me the part, and they've already shot it. They're editing it right now.
Congratulations. So is that online or is it on a...
Well, I don't know, but I'm trying to convince them to get like a major television program behind it.
You know what you should do? If it's only online, you should bug him every day until he does it.
Oh, I am really like a tiger trying to get
Right.
on 13,
Absolutely.
11, 9,
Write him
7.
at least 3 times a day emails,
That's
and then
it.
call at least
That-
twice.
You got it.
Good for you.
Perfect.
Schizo, anything we can promote in your life?
No, just trying to get a ride to the beach.
Well, the good thing is you've set obtainable goals. I think that's important.
My dream in life is basically to get a sailboat and go sail away.
All right, anything from you, Ricky?
On Tuesday, every Tuesday I do a show at a place called Universal Cafe. It's on Lankershim and something or other. I don't know the cross street. It's right past the river. And then every other Wednesday, I'll be at Casey's Bar and Grill on 6th and Main.
That just sounds like a dirty thing.
Is
it a gay bar?
No, it's a straight bar.
What?
It's an Irish. It's a pub. It's an Irish place.
You're going to a straight bar now, will you?
Yeah, it's straight night at the gay bar.
Well, anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do our show now. We'd like to again thank Red Band. We're going to have a little meeting after this, and we're going to talk about maybe adding something once in a while to the rest of you people. Let's not be a little lucid. Everything's fine. Yes.
Don, I'd like to correct a mistake. Last week I said my Twitter wrong. It's TENNTUX1.
Okay, so for those disappointed people that could not get into Ultra Tennessee last week, you now have the proper Twitter account. All right, so you can catch me. I'm here every night at the world famous Comedy Store Bar and Grill and Bait Shop. It is, I close out the show. Don't forget, Monday, not only do you have the Death Squad, the private show that I heard was outstanding tonight.
Yeah.
Red Band, who was on tonight, just to kind of get a...
We had Tom Green, Steve-O, Brody Stevens, Dana
Who?
Diarmond. Brody Stevens.
Oh.
David Diarmond, Deadmau5, Kat Von D, Danny Lawyer from 9 Inch Nails, Bobby Lee. It was a huge show. So.
Oh, that was good. And you see, and what they're building here, and if I may say this, and don't leave is what I'm saying. What they're trying to build here is this club is the greatest comedy club in the world, and Red Band was a very powerful podcast network, and people love it. What we got to do is we got to come out and support this thing, because I'll tell you something: the most creative comedy club in the world could change, and I don't think anybody wants it. The most creative comics, they started here. All these other fucking clubs have absolutely no soul, and anybody who's starting out and does something different, you can't do it at these other clubs. And thank God for the Comedy Store, and thank God for Red Band, because Red Band is trying to bring some people here. So come on a Monday night, come see the Death Squad show. It's free. It's free, and then stick around and start understanding what the Ding Dong show is. Because I'll tell you this, right now we got to have a little conversation with the rest of the cast about a couple things. And we get, yes.
I thought of a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Mary Jane.
This room is famous because before Ciro's and during Ciro's, the mafia had all their mistresses get abortions in this room.
Okay, there's a little bit of we could. Okay, all right, Mary Jane. Interesting fact. I don't think they're pushing that. I will say one thing. This very room. This is where Whoopi Goldberg showcased for Steven Spielberg and got the movie The Color Purple. Little unknown fact. Okay, a lot of people going. Not really fair.
And we got some good big names coming for the secret show. We got Patton Oswalt said he was going to do it. Everlast, Pablo Francisco. So it's going to be huge. So keep on.
So come by and support this night. Monday night is going to be the Death Squad night here, and I appreciate Death Squad. And you know what, guys? You know nothing about it. People that have been fans of the Big Three podcast, which of course is every Friday on the Big Three Podcast Network. If you're fans of that, come and support the Ding Dong Show. We need to get people to know what the fuck is going on, because every time I have to explain this entire cast, it becomes a little bit hard. So with that, thank you, Red Band. Give me some kind of music to take us out. And by the way, during the live show, I'm going to show my penis. So for Mary Jane, for Aiko Tanaka, For Tiziana, of course, the great Kortney, Mollè, Tennessee, hit the fucking music. Tennessee Tuxedo, Schizophrenic Surfer, and Ricky Luna. I'm Don Barris. What a gay song to pick for the close. Good job. Thank you. Red Man, thanks a lot. Mitzi Shore, thank you a lot. Good night. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up, it'll take us like about 4 minutes, and then get ready for our rehearsals for the Kingdom Idol show.